Hi dear friends and subscribers, welcome to Cricket Happenings with your host Ram. You might be experiencing that on this particular show, you might be hearing some background noise, but that is something which I can't avoid because there's some work going on in our neighborhood. Sorry about that, but just going forward with my cricket show here, we are looking at two matches. One is the second day's play in the match between India and England, where England once again held the upper hand on a slow and a dry pitch. And Sri Lanka started off their tour of Australia in the sense that it was the first test of the series here at Hobart without Ricky Ponting, their homegrown man, and Australia finished at a very healthy 299 for 4. But I thought the Sri Lankan bowlers really stuck to the task and did a wonderful job by bowling well. Well, I'm going to start off with the match between India and England. The second day's play, as you know, it was Joe Root who was there at the crease along with Matt Pryor, and both of them started pushing the score along from that overnight total they had of 199. And that partnership was pretty valuable because it was the highest partnership in this particular innings for England, and which was pretty important considering the nature of the pitch and considering that they had to put up a good score. Well, that was what Joe Root and Matt Pryor did. In fact, they pushed on the score from 242 to a score of 302. So that really helped matters with Joe Root rooted himself to the crease and becoming the debutant who has played the highest number of balls on debut. In fact, beating the record which was standing in the name of the Indian Nawab of Pataudi. In fact, Joe Root went on to contribute 73 priceless runs here. He grafted and grinded of 229 balls, only 4 boundaries in that knock. What is good to see is match temperament, standing at the crease, and how he used to play. It looks to be a real future test batsman for Joe Root, according to me. Matt Pryor, well, he went on to make 57 runs with 6 fours, and he was a victim of the bowling of Ashwin. He was clean bowled Ashwin for 57. Joe Root was caught on ball with Chawla for 73. And then it was a very good captaincy by Dhoni. Even though he had his spinners bowling, immediately he took one of the spinners away, Ashwin, and in fact roped in Ishan Sharma to come in, and probably had a ploy there. He actually bowled to Bresnan, and with a reverse swinging delivery trapped Tim Bresnan LBW to send him back to the pavilion for a duck, and that made the score at that particular time. It was 242 for 7 when it happened, and then Root's wicket was gone at 73 with the England score standing at 302. It was then Graham Swan and Anderson at the crease. Graham Swan, well, he indulged in some heroics, and for a long time, probably 2009 was the last time that Graham Swan actually made a half century. And you know, Graham Swan, when he plays, he really entertains the crowd, and that's what he precisely did. In fact, he had an entertaining 56. Again, this knock would also go a long way in this particular match because it was another important knock by Swan, because he really went after the bowlers and really thrust the bowling and scored 56 runs of 9 even deliveries, 6 fours and 2 sixes in that knock. One was a beautiful slog over mid-wicket of the bowling of Piyush Chawla. After that, Anderson was consumed by Chawla for 4. In fact, Chawla was the one who actually had the most wickets today. I returned figures of 21.5 overs, 1 maiden, 69 runs and 4 wickets. Monty Patterson was not out on 1, and the England innings, I thought they did very well to stretch the lead. From 199 for 5, they were 330 all out in the end, thanks to Joe Root, Pryor, and Swan contributing in a great measure there. As far as the bowling were concerned, Ishan Sharma finished with 3 for 49 of 28 overs and 9 maidens, 49 runs and 3 wickets, and Pragyan Ojha 35 overs, 12 maidens, none for 71 for Pragyan Ojha. So first time I thought Pragyan Ojha was returning wicketless in this series in the innings. And Jadeja 37 overs, 17 maidens, 58 runs and 2 wickets. Piyush Chawla 21.5, 1 maiden, 69 runs and 4 wickets, and Ashwin 24 overs, 3 maidens, 66 runs and 1 wicket. Now, as far as the Indian innings were concerned, As far as India were concerned, they didn't have a good start at all. Virendra Sehwag. Now this was another Anderson show here, as Anderson started off the proceedings by bowling a superb in-swinger, which actually missed through the edge of the bat. In the sense, it eluded the edge of the bat of Sehwag and crashed into the stumps. And Virendra Sehwag was clean bowled by Anderson for a duck. His seventh duck, I am told, in Test matches. Gambhir was joined in by Pujara. Gambhir, well, he stayed there. He was there at the crease. But again, Gambhir, what one was expecting was to score big, but he couldn't do that. And I thought Anderson bowled splendidly. In fact, he picked up the wicket. In fact, after that, Cheteshwar Pujara looked good. I mean, that was from 1 for 1. India really started slowly recovering, with Gambhir also playing well, and Cheteshwar Pujara also playing some neat strokes. But that was the time Cheteshwar Pujara was doing so well, and always had a price on his wicket, and he was run out, as you know, in the previous Test matches. But here, in fact, I would say he was a victim of a very dubious decision here, because Cheteshwar Pujara was given out, caught by Bell at forward shot leg, probably whether the ball came of the elbow, the problem one does not know, but Cheteshwar Pujara was ruled out. Caught Bell bowled Swan for 26 for 3 fours, and that was a big blow for India at 59 for 2. In walked in the maestro Sachin Tendulkar, but the maestro was just I would say just 13 ball stay at the crease, because James Anderson, who has dismissed Tendulkar the maximum number of times, in fact added one more scab this time, and what a ball it was from Anderson. Anderson ripped open the stumps of Tendulkar, as Tendulkar was bowled by Anderson for 2. Now again, Tendulkar missing the line of the ball, and he was gone for 2, and raises a lot of questions about Tendulkar once again. 64 for 3 was the score for India. Gautam Gambhir was joined in by Virat Kohli. Gautam Gambhir then lost his wicket when he actually edged behind the stumps of the bowling of Anderson, the best bowler today. He was gone for 37 with 4 fours. It left Virat Kohli and Mahendra Singh Dhoni to take India to stumps at 87 for 4 without any further mishap. Virat Kohli was not out on 11, but Virat Kohli, as you know, is not out of form, and he's not really been in his element in this series. Decided to really play a knock where he stood at the crease, and he had just 11 to his name, which was grinded of 39 deliveries. Mahendra Singh Dhoni, the captain, was not out at 8 with 1 boundary, and India finished at 87 for 4. A long way to go for India, and it's not a good reply that India have given, with 243 runs more to get to the lead again. It's very important for India if India has to level the series. But I thought the England bowlers bowled very well, especially James Anderson, who bowled 9 overs, 2 maidens, 3 wickets for 24 runs. He did what Ishan Sharma did to England. Tim Bestman, 10 overs, 1 maiden, none for 25, bowled well, I thought. Monty Panesar, 14 overs, 4 maidens, none for 24. The only spinner to take the wicket, Graham Swan, 7 overs, 3 maidens, 1 for 9. Jonathan Trott, 1 over for 2 runs, and India finishing at 87 for 4. And it looks like they have a real task on hand on the morrow, because they have to survive. They do have the best batsmen to the crease, Kohli and Dhoni. They all rest on Kohli and Dhoni to do something what Joe Root and Matt Pryor did, put up a big partnership, and then probably expect Jadeja on his debut, and Ashwin and Chawla to chip in. Well, one has to wait and watch. I thought India has a big tail right now. Anyway, we know that Piyush Chawla can also chip in with the bat, no doubt about it, but still I thought on this pitch it is very vital that Mahendra Singh Dhoni and Virat Kohli, with their experience, stay at the crease to blunt the English bowlers. Well, anyway, I'm just getting out of here, and I'm taking you down to Tasmania and Hobart, where proceedings started with the Test series kicking off here at the Belrive Oval in Hobart, and the only thing being the home ground boy Ricky Ponting's retirement, and it's the first time that Australia was without Ricky Ponting. Well, it all started with Australia in finishing on a healthy 299 for 4 at stumps on day 1 here at the Belrive Oval in Hobart. Australia were the ones who won the toss, so Michael Clarke decided that he would bat first. David Warner and Ed Cowan were there, but Ed Cowan in fact was very lucky. In fact, the second delivery of the day, which was bowled by Kuleshekara or Velagar, I thought, there was a catch which was eluded the slip cordon, but Ed Cowan then After that, tried to pull a ball. He was really struggling. He tried to pull a ball from Vellagadra. Chanaka Vellagadra was the best, was his most successful bowler today for Sri Lanka. In fact, Ed Common was gone, caught by Shaminda Aranga as he tried to pull. The ball hit the splice of the bat and ballooned, and Aranga took the casual bowling of Vellagadra for 4. So that was the first wicket to go, and Australia were 18 for 1. David Warner was joined by Phil Hughes. Now Phil Hughes, on which a lot of hopes rested, because as I said, he has changed his game. He has lots of stroke, and today it was absolutely evident. But he still played his trademark cut strokes and cover drives that were very sweetly timed. And he was also taking a lot of singles of the leg side, which was very good to see. At the other end, David Warner, as usual, he likes to play his strokes. He was doing that. Everything was going well for Australia till lunch, where David Warner in fact headed off for a single, which was not at all there. He pushed the ball into the covers and went for a single, which was very risky, and David Warner had to pay the price. And that was not something one would have expected from David Warner, especially considering that they were just approaching lunch. It was the last over before lunch, bowled by Tendulkar Dilshan, and David Warner was gone. And David Warner actually sacrificed his wicket. He went on running, stopped, and then went to the non-strikers, and by the time Matthews and Dilshan had completed the run out for Sri Lanka, so David Warner was gone, but it was a good knock from him. He was run out for 57 with 8 boundaries. Phil Hughes continued his play. In fact, he had Shane Watson for company, and Shane Watson was slowly trying to settle himself at the crease, coming in at a 2 drop. Phil Hughes, well, he was, as I said, he was playing very well, and Phil Hughes was there playing some very good strokes, and his knock-off, in fact, he went on to his 50, and it was good to see Phil Hughes making 86 runs, so with 8 4s and 1 6 that he hit off Rangana Herath, where he actually couldn't reach the pitch of the ball. The ball was flighted, but managed to still hit the ball over to the fence for a 6, which was over bid on for a 6. That was a very good 6 that he had hit actually. And Phil Hughes was a pretty impressive knock, and that would have done his confidence a lot of good here, with Phil Hughes' contribution being 86 with 8 4s and 1 6. A beautiful knock from Phil Hughes. After that, Shane Watson, after settling down for making 30 runs with 3 boundaries, and they had actually put the score on. They put up an 86-run partnership, but the 86-run partnership had to end with a brilliant catch taken by Mahela Jayawardene in the slips. Shane Watson got a ball from Chanaka Vellagadra, the best bowler today, angling the ball across Watson. Watson tried to carve it through the slip cordon, but the ball is going wide and high, but Mahela Jayawardene in the slips actually dived full length and picked up a beautiful blinder, I would say, and Shane Watson was walking, caught Jayawardene, bowled Vellagadra for 30, and the Australian score was 183 for 3. After that, Michael Clarke walked in with Phil Hughes, and Phil Hughes, after playing a good knock of 86, was clean bowled by Vellagadra as he missed the line of the ball, and he was clean bowled for 86 with 8 4s and 1 6. And the Australian score stood at 198 for 4. And I thought that Sri Lanka had done a good job, even though Rodney Hawke considered this the worst bowling attack to come to the Australian shores, but I thought they did it. But in the end, as usual, the very reliable Michael Clarke, the captain, and Michael Hussey have already stitched together 101 runs with Michael Clarke's contribution, an unbeaten 70 with 7 4s at stumps, and Michael Hussey having an unbeaten 37 to his name with 1 4, taking them to a really respectable position as far as the first day's play was concerned, with 299 for 4 on the board for Australia. As far as Sri Lankan bowling was concerned, Kulishekara 22 overs 2 minutes none for 51. The most successful bowler, Vellagadra, Chanaka Vellagadra, the left-arm seamer, 20 overs 1 maiden, 99 runs and 3 wickets. Shaminda Aranga, of whom much was expected, didn't really crystallize. 16 overs 3 minutes none for 52 for him. Angelo Matthews 11 overs 2 minutes none for 35. Dilshan bowled 4 overs for 11, and Rangana Herath wheeled away 17 overs with 3 maidens to his name, giving away 47 runs and not picking up a wicket. Well, unfortunately, this YouTube broadcast is coming to an end. We have some 2 good days coming up in both the matches between India and England and Australia and Sri Lanka. Well, keep an eye on them and keep an eye on the Cricket Happening show as usual. Your host Ram will be there tomorrow, but probably tomorrow the match report will be a bit late, as you know it's a Saturday, and I'll be but still there to cover the proceedings of both the matches. Until then, it's your host Ram saying goodbye. Thank you.